anybody. If you're not following what Jesse Minter is doing with this Chargers defense in LA, you are missing out. This is potentially the best defense in football. Listen, Geno Smith did not have a great night last night, but I don't think him nor anybody on this Raiders offense was ready to face the defense of doom and despair. Against the Raiders, the Chargers had 15 passes defensed, 6 tackles for loss, 3 takeaways, and no touchdowns allowed. No team has ever done that since those stats have been tracked. This defense suffocated the Raiders offense all night, and it did that while staying in a too high shell for most of the game. Why, you might ask? Well, they wanted to make sure this Raiders offense couldn't hit any explosive plays like it wants to do, like Chip Kelly specifically wants to do. We've heard it from Kelly himself. He is constantly looking for those 15 to 20 yard chunk plays down the field, which is why he often called deep route concepts all night. But just as often, they were completely covered up. When I mean chunk plays, I even mean just 10-yard digs over the middle of the field. They were completely on. Like here, the Chargers in a too high shell, they're running quarters, and the Raiders want to hit Jakobi Meyers running a dig over the middle. Geno's going to look left before working his way over to the dig, and I want you to see just how fast this safety reacts to Geno looking at that dig. Geno is going to turn his head right now, and that safety is already breaking down on this ball. Geno can't throw it, so Geno has to get to his check down late with the pocket collapsing, and it's an incomplete pass. Even on the few pass plays where the Chargers did end up with a single high safety, the Chargers DBs were just so good in coverage down the field. Again, there's nobody open on this play. Geno's going to throw it up one-on-one to his height, weight, speed demon, Dante Thornton down the field, and still just plays it perfectly. They really forced Geno to make the right decision and dink and dunk his way down the field all night, which is how you beat this style of defense. But this is also where we see just how well coached of a unit it really is. Because they were allowing those 4-yard, 5-yard catches, but it was an immediate tackle thereafter. Everybody was constantly around the football. The Chargers defense forced the Raiders offense into a box, forcing them to have to take these short completions, and then while still not allowing the deep ones, they didn't allow the short ones. It seemed like it didn't matter in the slightest what the Raiders called on offense because the Chargers were prepared to cover it. Like on this play, the Raiders get exactly what they want. They get one high safety, they get man coverage, they get people double covering Brock Bowers down the field, and that means they get their fastest receiver, Trey Tucker, on a drag, and this should easily be a touchdown. But watch Cam Hart, who is manned up with Trey Tucker on this play, shoot out of a cannon when he realizes the play call to be there for just a 4-yard gain on a play that it was exactly what the Raiders wanted to see. This is evidence of an extremely well-coached defense because they're not on the field thinking whatsoever. They are completely prepared for every scenario and are just out there reacting to what's in front of them. And typically as an offense, if they're staying too high, if they're contesting every pass, you want to bring one of those safety downs, fill the box up by running the ball. Unfortunately for the Raiders, the Chargers are maybe the best run defense in the league. The Chargers bring Derwin James down to the line of scrimmage to make this a 6-man front. And just watch what James does at the snap. He's just going to fire inside, fast, physical. And look at what Jeanty is dealing with when he gets this handoff. He's going to be running in to his fullback, Michael Mayer here, and get tackled by his own guy. The Chargers didn't even have to touch Jeanty to make it a 5-yard.